A few years back, a buddy of mine, Steve, had invited me to explore an old abandoned beach resort. I'd been a sucker for forgotten places all my life, their eerie beauty, and the sense of suspended time they exuded. The resort was once known as the Pearl of the Atlantic, a lush and sprawling paradise nestled in the dunes of a quiet seaside town. It was a star-studded haven in its heyday, hosting celebrities, authors, and politicians alike, all flocking for a slice of sun-soaked serenity. Then, it abruptly shut down in the 80s, and silence swept over the property like a quiet tide. Nobody ever really knew why. We arrived on a cloudy day, the beach deserted, and the old resort loomed large against the somber gray sky. Its once bright Mediterranean-style buildings were now stained with time, eroded by the salty sea air. Walking through the rusty iron gate sent a shiver down my spine. The silence was almost oppressive, the only sounds being our footsteps on the cracked cobblestone path and the distant crashing of the waves. Overgrown palm trees loomed around us, their whispering fronds telling stories of long-lost summer nights. We made our way to the main building, the reception area. Inside, I was struck by the forlorn elegance that seemed frozen in time. The grand wooden front desk, the faded floral wallpapers, the dusty crystal chandeliers were all standing like silent witnesses of a bygone era. But then, things started to get strange. As we ventured deeper into the building, we noticed a peculiar, acrid smell wafting from below. It was faint but distinct, like stale sea air mixed with something metallic. It wasn't there before, and we weren't sure where it was coming from. A bit perturbed, we decided to head down into the basement. The air became denser, and the smell stronger. The heavy door creaked open to reveal a long, dark corridor, and a sense of dread washed over me like a cold wave. Steve flicked on his flashlight, and we proceeded cautiously, our footsteps echoing ominously. Then we found it. At the far end of the basement, tucked away in a corner, was an old, rusty door. It was marked with a faded sign, barely legible, but we made out the words, "Employee access only." The smell was unbearable now, pungent and stomach-turning. Curiosity pushed us to open that door, leading us to a dark, damp room that must have served as a staff changing area. The beam of our flashlight landed on rows of dilapidated lockers, their paint peeling off, revealing dark patches of rust underneath. But it was what lay sprawled across the grimy, water-stained floor that stopped us in our tracks. A heap of old, rotten clothes, matted with what looked like dried blood. A sharp metallic scent hung heavy in the air, making us gag. And there were dozens of them, each one appearing like some grotesque tableau from a macabre art exhibit. We stumbled back, panic setting in. The mystery of the Pearl's abrupt closure, the sinister basement, and the horrific scene we had just stumbled upon, all swirled together, creating a terrifying realization. This was no ordinary abandoned beach resort. We fled from that forsaken place, vowing never to return. The sinister secret of the old beach resort haunts me to this day. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes, it's better to let sleeping secrets lie, for not all forgotten places wish to be found. And that concludes this episode of Sinister Stories. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Feel free to comment down below. And if you are so kind, support me on Patreon. And as always, thanks for watching.